Hey everyone, this is Eric again. Sorry I wouldn't have been on here in a couple days, but I've been spending a little time with my granddaughter, and enjoying the rain, the much needed rain. It decided to start raining really hard yesterday afternoon, and it just now finally just stopped with the hard rain. I don't know if we're going to get any more or not. I don't know. I'm on the fence. I don't know if we need more or if we need less. Because it's been raining really hard and nonstop for a good while. I know my old stomping grounds of Fort Worth definitely does not need any more rain. They are currently flooded. The Trinity River is completely full, and then some. It's overflowing. I'm not 100% sure about the levees. I have not seen any reports on whether or not those had crashed. There is I did hear that there's closures of roads heading into Lake Worth, and into West Worth, White Settlement. There's just many different parts. There's been so much rain that most of Fort Worth is flooded out. So, yeah, definitely got rain. Can't say we never did. Now, Johnson County, on the other hand, where I'm at, we could do a little bit more rain. We could do a little bit more. I know it, like I said, I know it's been raining nonstop for a little bit now. When the ground needs to soak it up. But, I don't know. I like the rain. It's soothing. At least to my eyes it is. I wanted to turn us there and talk about something. So I was on Facebook, and I ran across a post. I don't know the person's name. Well, I do know the person's name, and I'm not going to mention it. Teresa Nade posted about having they ended up with custody of a 16-year-old individual. I'm saying individual because I'm not going to say male or female. Not because of this pronoun BS. I'm just not going to say it because I don't want people actually to run there figuring it out of who this person is. Anyways, where was I at? Oh yeah. They ended up with custody of said person, and said person has been bounced around from house to house to house to house to house to house to house, so on and so on and so on. Anyways, And this individual has been bullied and made fun of because of, their scars, the scars that they have. This person's mother is an addict, and this person's father is unknown. Well, they are having a birthday come up, and it is unknown what to turn out there and do for this person, because they have never once had a birthday that anybody would really celebrate it. Now, the person who turned out there has taken this child in, I say child, I mean, it's a teenager, but hey, I'm 45 years old, so this is a child. Is a single mom, and she has 2 boys of her own, and is working one job and stuff like that, because way things are, being a mom. So she is wondering what to be able to turn out there and do for said teenager. First off, I understand the kid is dealing with some mental issues because of being bullied, and probably on the side of depression. I have made a reach out. Teresa said, if this kid wants to turn out there and talk any at all, to reach out to me right then and there. I will do my best to turn out there, try to help out. I am no way certified as a doctor, but with dealing my own personal issues, maybe I could turn out there and help this kid. Maybe I could turn out there and make this kid feel not worthless. I can maybe help this kid, not be so, what's the word I'm looking for? Ashamed of their scars. Maybe make them not so ashamed of their background, where they come from, who their parents are, who their family is. Just look at the now. Look at where they are, who they're around now, and maybe turn out there and give them a different perspective on life, that if by chance, the person they're with decides to adopt, this would be a new family. Maybe turn out there and accept the new family as their own, and live a better life. Everyone, please forgive me. I'm trying to say as much as I can without saying as much as I can. If that makes any sense to y'all at all. Um, try to give as much detail as I can without giving away gender or name or location or even remotely, it's difficult. It is very, very difficult. Because I want I want these people to have their privacy. I don't want everybody to run there and bombarding them with, this, that, and all the belittling or more torment this child has already gone through, or all the questions and stuff like that. Yes, this child definitely needs help. The family that's helping this child needs help. But like I said, I cannot say anything else other than that. I wished I could say more. I really, really do. I can't even give y'all what state they live in. This is the most aggravating situation I've ever been in. It is what it is. I mean, I feel bad. I really do. I wish I could do a lot more. Which brings me to, something I've been saying this entire time. If anybody has anything they need to get off their chest, leave a message. I will get back to you as soon as I possibly can. Maybe you're going through the same thing this person is going through. Maybe not. Maybe you have a bit of some advice to give to this person to help them, not feel so useless, or I'm not wanting to say useless. Helpless, or you know what I mean. Not to. I don't know what I'm saying anymore, but you people. I mean, you all understand what I'm trying to say. This is what this is why I made this channel. I know everybody wants to run there and see somebody to run there and do something that makes them laugh. Yeah, I would like to be able to turn out there and give you content like that. But this is as of right now, this is the most serious part video I've done. I know I've had some pretty serious moments in other videos I've done, but this one is by far the most serious. Because we've all been in that situation before, growing up, or even today. You know, maybe we're being, mistreated by coworker, a friend, a family member. Maybe it's intentional, maybe it's not intentional. But nonetheless, we're made to feel bad because of something that they didn't like. I will be the first. I am man enough to admit it. I am 45 years old, and there are days where I just want to end it because I get to the point where I feel like nobody cares about me because the way I'm treated. And this is by loved ones. I'm not abused, but yet I am. But I stress on that. I'm not abused. I am not. No joking. I'm seriously not abused. My mental state, being, bipolar and post-traumatic stress disorder, makes me see things different from everybody else. Everybody else turns out there and sees one thing. I see something totally different. Everybody else sees a joke. I see a serious I see something serious in it. Like if okay, let's say like this. Let's say my wife and daughters are playing around, and this is just theoretical, okay? Let's say they turn around and they just start hitting me. They're playing around. Me, I would feel like I deserved it. They didn't care. All they wanted to do is just hit on me. You know, it's that type of situation. That's the way my mind works. I know it's not true. I know they love me. I know they're just playing around. That's how my mind works. I wished it didn't. I really wished it didn't work that way, but it does. You know, that's the thing with bipolar depression. You always see negative. You never see good in anything. And the post-traumatic stress disorder, you're always on edge, fight or flight. That is the way life is. You either fight it out or you run away. So you can imagine how my brain is working right now. Because I have both. Do I fight it? Or do I give in? Do I run away? Do I give in? That's... It's hard to make people understand what exactly is going through your mind when you've got two separate entities like that trying to take control of you. Unless you are going through either one or both, you will never understand. It's hard to turn out there and try to make you understand without you being, dealing with one or either or both. Excuse me. I never thought I'd ever but it is what it is. I woke up like this. And I know in other videos I said I would talk about it when I was ready. Thinking about this, this child being abused by their peers for making fun of them because of their scars and how they were raised. Stuff like that. It's got me to the point that I want to turn out there and talk about it. Because how can I turn out there and help somebody talk about what's going on with them, if I cannot turn around and talk about my problems? So, without ado, here it is. Forgive me, I may bounce from here to here to there. I'm trying to explain the best I can. A few years ago, something had happened. I not 100% sure everything that happened, but I ended up having a mental breakdown because of some things that had happened. Okay, let's go back further than that. Okay. I do not have just two girls as children. I also have a son who will be who has a birthday tomorrow. On the 23rd of August. His mother took off with him one night. Just out of the blue, just turned on, just flat out took off. I had custody of him. You know, there was not court ordered or nothing. She just gave up on, just gave him up. Well, one night, she wanted to spend some time with him. Okay, well, I'm man enough to allow, the mother of our child to see, her son. The biggest mistake of my life. She took off. Never seen hide or hair from him again. Not until a few years ago. By then, the damage was done. This is 2014 or 2015. I cannot remember which. But the damage is done. She'd already done so much damage to this poor kid. Between, physical abuse, mental abuse, anything and everyone she'd ever been with would abuse him. Eventually, he went to go live with his grandparents, which was in Tennessee. I did not know none of this. I knew nothing about it until he got a hold of me one night on Facebook. And asked me, all the normal questions you would ask if so-and-so was, the family member. Normal questions. So I answered all the questions. And then we got to turn on talking on the phone. And then his mother called me and said, his grandparents are having some health issues and they can no longer take care of him. If I wanted him, I'm more than glad to have, she was more than glad to, give him up. By then, he was, oh, good Lord, 15 years old, give or take. And it was my son. You know how that is. Any of y'all are parents, you understand. Yeah, I'm taking my kid back. There's no doubt about that. No, there's no thinking about it. I wanted my son back. So a bus ticket was sent to bring him home, where he should have been for all these years. But nobody told me. No one. Absolutely no one told me the damage that had been done to this child. Nobody told me what this child has done. His past is a violent one. It wasn't until after, I don't know, he'd showed up at the bus station in Dallas, Texas. My wife and I drove all the way to go pick him up. It was the happiest moment of my life. You know, I got to see my kid again. It's something I never thought I'd ever happen again. I spent a month right there reconnecting with him before, you know, enrolling him back into school. Everything was going fine. Everything was. My oldest daughter had already turned out there and told a lot of her friends at school, you know, she has a stepbrother and he's coming to live with us, and all kinds of questions was asked, you know, is he cute? Blah, 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 blah. You know, whole thing with teenage girls. She's like, I do not know. I have never met the kid. I knew nothing of him. Within that month, she got to know him. Within that month, she turned out there and realized that she was only going to put up with him because of me. Me, it was honeymoon stage. I have my son. Nothing can make me any happier. Yet, I already had 2 other children. I don't love my stepdaughter any less than I do my own children. I love her just as much as I do my real children. to me, she is my child, regardless of her having a different father. In my eyes, she should have been my child. So I enroll him into school. He's bashful. He doesn't really want to talk to anybody. So a couple months go by. Then he starts getting in trouble into school. Arguments, fighting. Then he turns there and attacks one of his teachers. This is when something's not right. That's when I turn out there and I ask, what has he always been like this? I ask his mother, has he always been like this? That's when she turns around and tells me the story. Of how he turned out there and beat a kid with a lead pipe. How he's killed animals. Imagine hearing your firstborn is a little psychotic. It's not exactly news you want to hear. So I took some time to think about it. I'm like, she could just be saying this just to get underneath my skin and see what happens. She could also probably hate this kid that much because of all the damage that she's done to this kid. So I turn around and I ask my son what's going through his mind. Normal standard dad questions. That's when he hits me up with, Mom abused me. My aunts abused me. Anybody my mom has ever been with abused me. I have 2 other sisters. They get treated better than I do. At this point, I hate females. I'm over here saying, great, you're one of those. Well, I didn't say it out loud. I was thinking it. He then turns there and proceeds to turn around and tell me he has a kill list. Let me repeat that. He has a kill list. His mother is at the top of the list. Guess what? The list is growing. Now his stepmother, his half-sister are on that list. Guess who rose to damn near the top of the list? His stepsister. Because she quit protecting him in school. Now, I thought he was just blowing smoke. You know, like any teenage boy does. You know, I'm not going to turn out there and say, you know, they are better. No. Teenage boys, they're just as bad as teenage girls, if not more, worse. It wasn't until one night I was standing in the kitchen. See, the way my kitchen is and my living room is, okay, yes, there is a wall between them, but there's a cutout, okay? There's a cutout in that wall to where I can see through towards the living room. I was doing something in the kitchen, and I watched as this 14 to 15-year-old boy shove a 2-year-old across the room because the 2-year-old touched his freaking Yu-Gi-Oh cards. By that point, I had enough. He's already attacked kids at schools. He put a kid in a hospital by beating him with a lead pipe. He attacked a school teacher. Now he's attacking a 2-year-old child. I had no choice. No other opportunity. No, nothing. I took him to go get help. I took him to to a doctor. I wanted to see exactly what was going on. If he could turn out there and get help, all means, dude, you can come back, but do not ever, ever touch a family member like that again. While he was in the hospital, he revised his kill list. His mother was now 4th on the list. Both his sisters were at the top. Then his stepmother. Then his actual mother. I had no choice. I had to find a way to put him in a hospital for good. So I put him in a hospital. I had him committed. The kid knows how to play the system. He fooled one hospital. Then I took him to another one. They transferred him to another hospital. He was in that hospital for quite a while. Then one day I got a phone call. You need to come get your son. There's nothing wrong with him. Bull. There is something wrong with this child. He attacked a 2-year-old for touching a freaking card. This was not a playful attack. By this time, child services had gotten involved. By this time, they turn under the words, if you not take him back, then you're unfit to turn around and take care of your other children as well, and we'll take them away. I had no choice. I had to pick him up. It was about a month of trying to keep a 2-year-old away from her brother. You know how hard it is to run there and tell your daughter she cannot go around her brother ever. Two-year-old doesn't understand this. Two-year-olds also do not listen. So he started to lose his temper again. That's when I turned and told my wife, I have to leave. She looks at me. I know. Only way to keep my family safe was I had to move out. I'd take him with me and move away from my family. I didn't think about it at the time. But we ended up moving in with my mother-in-law. It wasn't until one day it started raining. And my mother-in-law's dog is a complete wuss when it comes to thunderstorms. Well, this happened to be a thunderstorm, and the dog turned out there and jumped in her lap. She could not move For the life of her, she could not get this dog to move one simple centimeter. That's when it hit me. If she cannot move an 80-pound dog, how is she going to control a 120-pound boy? With anger issues. By that time, my mind couldn't take it. It was racing with all kinds of things going through it. The scenarios of everything that could go wrong, everything that has gone wrong, everything he's done, everything that's been done to him, all at once. Well, my brain couldn't take any more of it. It went on a temporary vacation. It decided it wanted to shut down. How I got to the hospital, nobody knows. But my car was there at the hospital. I ended up being transferred from one hospital to another hospital. They were treating me as though I had a stroke. To come to find out, I did not have a stroke. They did tests and found out that my mind couldn't handle the stress that I was under and decided it wanted to take a break. Hello, PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. I was in the hospital for a few days. How long, I do not know. Long enough to not who I was, where I was. I forgot how to talk. I forgot how to walk. I had to relearn the walking and the talking part. That's always fun. They said it would take at least 6 to 8 weeks to be able to get the ability to walk again. Because my muscles have to be retrained. crash like that, they said it would take 6 to 8 weeks. Now, I can use my arms. I could swing my legs, as in my hips, but I wasn't able to stand up and actually walk. One night, I didn't make it to the bathroom. And I was in a walker, but the walker had one of those little seats in it. The seats with the tires, the wheels on it. Yeah, well, my daughter turned right there and pushed me to the bathroom. And, that was already humiliating as it was. And then turn right there and pissing yourself. Sorry for the language. So here comes a bath. She ended up getting my clothes for me, and then I would get undressed after she'd already brought me my clothes. So I turned right there. I crawled into the bathtub. Cleaned myself. Then it was time to get out of the bathtub. I didn't think about that one. Could not do it for the life of me. Could not do it. So I had to yell for help. Now, you know how humiliating it is for your children to try and help you out of the bathtub? If they would have went to the neighbor, okay. The neighbor could have helped me. I wouldn't have minded so much. Instead, they wanted to be the one to do it instead of my neighbor. By this time, when I was in the hospital, unconscious, mind you, Child Protective Services had brought my son to the hospital. According to several people in the room, the moment my son started talking, my blood pressure spiked to the point to where it was about to stroke out. Well, Child Protective Service saw this. They immediately turns to her and says, I am unfit to raise my son. And we needed to find a way to sign papers for my son to be turned over to the state. Only person who can do that was my wife. Now, let's understand this. We are not legally married. However, we have been together for so many years, and we call each other husband and wife. We are common law married, but the state of Texas does not recognize common law marriage. However, everybody else in the universe will. Okay, back to where I was. They're helping me out of the bathtub. Granted, the shower curtain was pulled too, and the water was drained. All I needed was a freaking towel to turn around and put over me. Well, after the water was all drained, one of them threw a towel in there. I covered up. They're pulling me out. At this moment in time, I am completely humiliated. I know they are too. So at that moment in time, I am not waiting around to turn around there and learn how to freaking walk again. I'm going to do this one way or another. So, there it began. Instead of 6 to 8 weeks, I did it in 3. I was up walking with the walker in 3 weeks. It took 4 weeks to where I never needed the walker again. The talking part, sad to say, I still have troubles. Every once in a while, I'll end up catching myself. But I still have troubles. I'll start stuttering. What else? Anyways, I know this has been a very long story. Been an hour since it started this video. And I told you one day I would turn around and tell everybody. I just wasn't ready. I wasn't ready now. But after hearing everything that child went through, with being bullied, with being made fun of, with dealing with, the scars that they deal with everything going on in their lives. It made me turn there and realize it is time to turn and tell my story. So, most everybody in my family has already heard the story. Now, y'all know my story. What y'all do with it, how you perceive it, it's up to y'all. If y'all want to make fun of me for it, so be it. Nothing I can do about it. It's all true. Everything there happened. Only reason why I don't remember any of it is because of what my family had told me. Everything I've been through. All my memories. I do not have any memories. Except for the day I woke up to today. This very second. Everything in has been filled in by my family. I know nothing. I don't know if they're telling me the truth or what, but I know nothing past that day. But guess what? I trust my family. I love my family. I know they will never steer me wrong. Y'all can believe it or not, but it's 100% true. All right, everyone. You now know my story. You now know the circumstances of why I'm trying to help this individual. Give a like if you understand anything that I've mentioned. Maybe you can relate to it. Comment if you know a way of helping this child. Or even if you want to turn out there and comment on, on your own past. Or if you want to comment, turn out there and say, yeah, you're stupid, blah, 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 blah. Just do it. It's not going to hurt my feelings. It really isn't. I'm a big boy now. And if you're not a subscriber, what's stopping you? Go for it. It's not going to hurt you. One little tap. Once you become a subscriber, you get a lot more videos. Probably none as serious as this one. But you never know. The future, it brings a lot of things. And most of them, you never know. Alright, guys. I'm going to call it a day for today. Y'all have a good one. Like I said, like and subscribe. It's not going to hurt you. Alright. Take care, y'all. Bye.